Okay, so today we're going to attempt to make a crowbar for post-apocalyptic photo shoot that we're doing later. Real crowbar there. First thing I did was to trace it out on a piece of cardboard and cut that out. So now I have a nice template here. Ooh. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the template, I'm going to trace it out onto my insulation foam and then cut that out. Voila! Got the outline. Now I'm just going to take hacksaw and cut it out. So I got the basic shape cut out, and you can see though it's still really blocky, so now most of what sanding this is going to be rounding it out, so that way it looks more like a crowbar. Okay, so it's all nice and basically rounded. You gotta think, this is for a post-apocalyptic thing, so like I always state, I like having little imperfections and stuff so it looks like it's worn in. Oh yeah, and when you're using, especially this, I guess the good insulation foam's been discontinued, so you're gonna get this crappy stuff and it's going to get everywhere. Now, you can see, all over my pants and everything, and it's all over the floor, but luckily I put a drop cloth down because otherwise you're never going to vacuum all this stuff up. Just be forewarned. Next thing we need to do is seal it so that way when you put the Bondo resin on, it won't get eaten up. Trust me, I've had a few of these get eaten up, so that's one of the reasons I said hopefully we're going to make this today. Just use good old-fashioned wood glue. Got a couple of it here. A lot of people use strip brushes. I just honestly use my hand to rub it in because I'm cheap and I don't want to waste a 50-cent chip brush when I can do it by hand. So I cut my knife out, my little cheapo knife here, out of the handle. It turns out it's kind of stubby. So to combat that and make sure it holds on to my crowbar, which is still over there, second coat's drying, I'm going to hot glue and Gorilla Glue popsicle stick on the end, which you won't see because I'm going to duct tape it on too and probably glue it on, but it'll just hold better and make me feel better about it. So I got my blade all painted up to look nice. I really love the paint job here because depending on how the light catches it, you can see these flecks of blood, but I want it to be more like this apocalypse has been going on for a while, and whoever wields this has been there for a while, and therefore I want actual dried blood on here, not just fresh blood. So the colors I'm going to be using for the paint job on this are red, brown, black, and then this kind of orangey brown that Shai gave me. And then, per usual, also my water bottle. And it's going to be just like the wrench paint job where it's just putting colors on and layering them and spraying them down and wiping them off repeatedly until you get the color you want. So one of the problems I've been running into lately is that when I paint it up with whatever I'm using, be it Bondo resin or wood glue, it drips off the sides and then it has a tendency to kind of stick to the drape. And then I gotta rip it off, and last night when I ripped it off, like a chunk of the wood glue came off. So for the Bondo resin, what I'm going to attempt to do this time is I've hung it from the roof of the shop, not the roof, the ceiling, where there's a nail sticking out. And I hung it off that with some fishing wire, so I'm going to paint the whole thing. It should strip off the bottom, and then I can just sand that off and not have to worry about sticking to anything. And I'll just cut the fishing wire and put some spot putty over it, and you won't ever know it's there. I swear to God there's a fucking scissor gremlin or something in this house because I can never find any goddamn scissors. But, on a lighter note, it worked. Okay. Can't really see where the string was. Now, I got my nice hard shell, and I get to go sand this down again. And binge watch a lot of TV. Okay, so, it's all done. I did the usual, well, the base coat of this one is pink because one of the things I always thought was kind of funny was
girls never personalize their stuff and make it girly, even in the Wasteland and post-apocalyptic setting, and Shy kind of wanted something that was a bit more girly, so I painted it pink. And then I added in the black and a little brown to kind of mess it up, and just plain duct tape the knife to the end. And duct tape's really nice when you mess it up, too, because it's so kind of textured. And even the folds on it, you can really just, with some black paint, the usual technique of smearing it on and then spraying it down and wiping it off. So yeah, post-apocalyptic wasteland. Crowbar for the ladies.